Hello, and welcome to the debut episode of the Premier Cloud Podcast. My name is Ryan Brady, and I'm the Vice President of Sales. The view of this podcast is to help keep companies informed on what's happening at Premier Cloud, the latest tech trends, what's happening with Google Cloud technology, and how ISV partners can help deliver value to your business. With that in mind, I'm excited to introduce our special guest today from Lumin. With me today, I have Lumin's VP of Global Operations, Caleb Helm, and Lumin's founder, Max Ferguson.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, awesome to be here.
Appreciate you guys making the trip. I understand you were down at the Google ISV conference in Seattle. How was that this week?
Oh, it was awesome. It was great to connect with. This was a kind of partner-focused one as well. So we've been a long-time partner of Google, just like you guys here at Premier Cloud. So it was great to connect with other partners and the Google team and learn about what's kind of coming up next.
Wonderful. And there's a lot of exciting things happening on the marketplace.
Oh, huge opportunity.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, well, for those who aren't familiar, could you give us a brief overview of sort of what Lumin is, what your philosophy is, why you kind of came to life, and why you exist?
Definitely, yeah. So just where Lumin's at right at the moment. So Lumin has two main products. We've got our Lumin PDF editor, which allows customers to annotate documents, kind of merge PDFs together, highlight and collaborate. And then we've got our Lumin Sign tool, which allows customers to place digital signatures on documents, process workflows. They can kind of connect Lumin Sign into their CRM and kind of process kind of any workflows or signing flows. In terms of how we came to be, so we, I originally founded the company quite a few years ago, worked in construction for a while, and I was sort of frustrated by the way documents were being handled at the time. So on site, we would kind of have PDFs which we would save to like a shared corporate drive, and then they would get printed out and kind of annotated on, and those copies would get lost. And so there wasn't sort of a one sort of full solution that allowed kind of PDFs to be automatically annotated and then saved back to Google Drive. So I built out Lumin to kind of solve that problem, and then it grew, and really we kind of solved a lot of problems in the document space, all around that kind of Google Workspace and Google Drive integration.
Absolutely, yeah. What would you say are some features that really sets apart Lumin from like the e-signature standpoint?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of customers use Lumin for merging documents, annotating and collaborating on PDF documents. And we've spent quite a few years refining kind of our integration with Google Workspace. So if you open up a PDF into Lumin, you can kind of annotate that, and every change you make just gets saved back to kind of Google Workspace, Google Drive. So if you've configured some policies around security, it's going to respect all of those. So that's kind of on the annotation and editing piece. In terms of kind of the Lumin Sign piece, our philosophy is really to connect to all your tools and then just get out of the way. So we'll connect into your CRM or whatever tools you're using, kind of integrate with those, and then help you kind of deliver a seamless e-sign experience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can speak from experience, especially being in, the sales department. We're always working with contracts, proposals, so many documents. One of the features that I specifically like is the Lumin PDF component of it, where you can seamlessly make those edits after you've already downloaded the PDF. You aren't jumping around so many different spots, and then you can combo that right into the Lumin Sign tool. So speaking from experience, I know that me personally, it's made my life a lot easier, and that's kind of reverberated through the sales team as well.
Awesome. Yeah.
So how would you say you see the e-signature space evolving in the next few years, and sort of how is Lumin positioning itself to stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a few things that are really interesting that's happening there. So one is kind of evolving regulation. So each country is kind of bringing in its own regulations around what it means to sign a document, how to sign sort of more important documents like wills, and kind of how that's connected with identity. So we're doing a lot of work looking at kind of the individual regulations of countries and where we can help to kind of sign those, especially those kind of higher stakes documents. So that's evolving really, really rapidly, and I think it kicked off after the pandemic, where a lot of countries really looked at their e-signature kind of regulations and decided it was time to update that. On the other side, the AI space, we're obviously all aware of, is kind of has the potential to bring a huge amount of value. And so we're looking at how do we help customers kind of get documents signed faster with AI. One of the features we rolled out that kind of demonstrates that is the automatic signature field detection and input field detection. So if you kind of upload a document into Lumin Sign, like a PDF, we'll find, set that up for you automatically, and kind of add in all the fields. So yeah, there's a lot happening in the space. But yeah, it's a sort of great time.
Yeah, no, that's incredibly interesting. And then I guess the same way that you're trying to really adhere to so many different, regulations within the country, there's also so many industry-specific things that Lumin is able to help with, specifically, in North America with a lot of our clients as well. There's so many different, compliance policies that they need to adhere to. So Lumin really checks that box as well, I imagine. There's specific use cases that you have where you really see that industries or maybe departments within specific industries really unlock the most value with Lumin?
For sure. And I think what you see around the world is that kind of rising tide of compliance as well. So, there's some industries like finance that have always had a lot of compliance in place, but still they're going through that digital transformation to get tools like Lumin Sign there so that they can automate it. And then other industries that are getting more and more compliance. And I think there's a real opportunity there, and there'll be a need there as well for a lot of those businesses that are operating within, say, real estate or other industries or construction that need to start automating their processes and implementing the tools like Lumin Sign to do that. For us, we like to focus on, just a few key markets like the US and Canada in particular, and really just be sure that we can deliver the key elements a tool like Lumin Sign needs to deliver for those customers. Not everybody can think about that, right? And when you're trying to run your business, whether that's construction or property management, you want to be thinking about that. You don't want to be thinking about, what do I need to be doing on the e-signing side, right? What sort of, compliance I need to be engaged with there. So that's where we can come in and help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lumin and Premier Cloud, we've partnered together with the view to essentially deliver powerful solutions to businesses and our shared customers. Could you share about a little bit, just for the viewers here, about how our partnership came about and what really drew Lumin to working with Premier Cloud the same way we were interested in partnering with you?
Yeah, I mean, so it's probably started back when we made a decision at Lumin to be partner first. So we're a product-led growth company. It's a kind of a bit of, jargon, so to speak, but it means we've always been really focused on our products and our software and bringing that to millions of users around the world. But what that also means is that, when it comes to building those really close relationships with our customers, we don't have lots of those teams in place around the world that do that. And so being able to work with partners means that we can actually reach those end customers but alongside a partner and really help them out. We're really focused on the Google Workspace and Google ecosystem, we became aware of you guys. I think it was probably the first time we went to Google Next. Actually, I would have walked past your booth, and then last year, or earlier this year actually, ended up striking a conversation with the team from Premier Cloud at Google Next again. And it was just clear from that first conversation, it's like there's just so much opportunity there, and the way we see it is we can come in and extend that capability that you guys can also bring to your customers. Google Workspace is such an amazing suite of tools, right? It covers so many elements, but there's a few gaps there as well. And so that's where we can come in and really help on those. And the best way to do that is where that customer gets to work with their trusted advisor, which is Premier Cloud, right? So, that having that conversation there, we had a lot of alignment. Another thing too is we're very focused on that customer experience, so both in the applications we provide, but also on customer service. And it was clear, just talking to your team and looking at the impact you guys have made, that's such a big value for you guys as well. So lots of alignment there, and got the conversation going, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can say that I echo a lot of those similar sentiments as, Premier Cloud historically has been Google first. And we very much do remain that. We're the foundation of the offering for our clients as we are encouraging them to use either Google Workspace or Google Cloud technology. But as you said, there are all holes or features that aren't available inherently in Google Workspace. So we also have our SaaS Alliance program, where essentially it's to really just help our clients get the most value and then really be able to purchase essentially their full tech stack through one individual vendor. And then Lumin just filled such a crucial need for a lot of those clients. So just the partnership was obvious, and I know we're very excited to really just deliver as much value to our shared clients as we can.
Absolutely.
So just really on the value piece there, how would you say Lumin integrates with Google Workspace, and what specific benefits do users experience by really combining both platforms on the Google Workspace and then also having the Lumin tech as well available to them?
Definitely, yeah. So we've got a couple of customers in the banking sector that use Lumin for a lot of, just as an example, Farmers and Merchants Bank. They use Lumin for merging documents, kind of filling out forms and working on workflows. And one of the things that they really like about that product is that all the changes they make kind of get saved back to Google Drive, and so they can kind of handle their security, keep everything in one place, without kind of having to configure like extra security rules and other SaaS tools. For them as well, and a lot of our customers, we enable, we can enforce sort of sign-on rules. So, the customers can only sign on with Google Identity. So that means that, again, you kind of got that layer of security, which really works well, and allows those customers to ensure that, their employees are kind of handling documents in a way that's secure and safe. Sort of another example of where customers are getting value is on our API. So we've got a public API for our signing product. So if you want to kind of connect and build up a workflow where, say, you've got a Salesforce document and you want to sort of run that through like a proposal and automate that, we can assist kind of automating that. And, a partner like Premier Cloud can help sort of kind of connect that up and make a, automated workflow. So that's where, I would say customers are getting a lot of value.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So you can really just use Lumin to get connected to so many different data endpoints, and it can be, a full service solution. I know we're even doing that internally here at Premier Cloud. Is we do use Salesforce, and we are, taking advantage of the Lumin API to really streamline so many of these different processes that we're talking about.
And we want to continue to kind of build that out as well, in conjunction with Premier Cloud and the partnership. So, we're really sort of focused on the customer and solving their solutions. So, it's really important to us if we can sort of solve those workflow problems, kind of help the customer, achieve automation. Can be a challenging thing to do to get automation working really well, but we're there to help achieve automation. And I think through the Premier Cloud partnership, hopefully we can kind of have some good wins there too.
Absolutely. And then in the spirit of looking to the future there, are there any exciting features or sort of developments on Lumin's roadmap that our listeners should keep an eye out for here in the maybe year end or in the the coming future, coming year?
Definitely, yeah. So there's obviously been a lot of talk about AI in general, and we're kind of rolling a lot of that innovation into our product. We've been quite deliberate about that, so we didn't necessarily want to jump straight to sticking AI in the product in a way that wasn't helpful. But one of the features that kind of just came out recently was around that field detection. So, we're sort of embedded with that at the moment. And so when you upload a document, it'll go help you prepare it automatically. So, as the customer, you don't have to kind of manually put all those fields in place. We also do document summarization with AI. So if you've got kind of a really long document and you just want to get a quick snapshot of some of the information that's in there, you can kind of do that with Lumin, and we'll continue to develop that out to deliver value for specific verticals. We're also looking at ways at which we can kind of use AI to collect information over large groups of documents. So if you've got a folder with, say, 1,000 invoices, you may want to know, when was the last invoice sent to customer X or customer Y, or are there any invoices that haven't been paid or anything like that? and we'll be able to work it on like how do we kind of facilitate some of that with AI. So
Is the ultimate view for that to be a very conversational prompt within the Lumin service?
it's very much in development at the moment, but that's how we see that working, and then bringing a bit of vertical specific knowledge to that. We think we can do some really interesting things there.
Yeah, that's incredibly exciting.
Yeah. It's the sort of, some of the technology that's been developed over the last few years is kind of miles, years ahead of what we thought was possible.
Right.
And it's just, a lot of it's accelerated. So kind of what people would have thought was impossible 5 years ago is now kind of readily available. As I think everyone's sort of aware, but it just continues to move really, really quickly, which is super exciting.
And what I'd add to that too, I think what's so exciting about it is, back in the day where everything was not in the cloud, these innovations might come out, but you might not get them straight away. So the cool thing is when we're bringing these new products or new features to market, they just straight into Lumin, right? So because of those connections that you already have through Workspace and Drive and everything, you get the new updates and it's all good to go. So one thing I'm always inspired by is just with our team, just how quickly new improvements come through. And just talking about that field detection one, it was just it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, right? So we of course use Lumin internally as well, but it's a game changer suddenly. It's like saving you so much time. So yeah, no, really pumped for the future and what's coming down the line.
Yeah, no, likewise. And as I said, Premier Cloud, we use Lumin internally, and it's the same thing. Every time that we sign in, it seems like there's something a little different going on. So it's been unbelievable to see how much the product's been accelerating just really in these last couple of quarters. So I'm beyond excited to see all these different AI initiatives, and really just even outside of AI, just to continue features and value that I know is an internal philosophy to continue bringing that to clients, not being complacent.
Yep.
You're always looking to add and grow and stay on the cutting edge of things. So it's wonderful. On that note, I appreciate both of you making the trip and joining us for Premier Cloud's first debut podcast, if you will. And I look forward to working with Lumin in the future and continue to grow this partnership together.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, Ryan.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.